morning and welcome to the Morning Mint. We are so happy to see you on this beautiful Tuesday morning. And today is May the 4th. So for those of you who are big Star Wars fans, you know that today is a pretty big day in the Star Wars world. And if you are into this sort of thing, you should be joining today's Queen's Drive-Thru. Okay, the drive-in movie is live today, and that is going to be Star Wars. So Google it if you're interested to see if you want to go see Star Wars at the drive-thru in Queens. Okay, that's happening this evening. So we hope to see you there. To be welcoming our guests today, we have top triple mint real estate agents, top townhouse agents. We've got Wendy Juan and Daniel Blatman on the call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's so good to see you. How are you today?
Great.
Doing really well.
Doing well. Well, we're happy to have you doing well and happy to have you with us this morning. Okay, I know it's early. And it's actually not that early. As real estate agents, you guys are out and about for hours by this time, especially you, Daniel. I know you wake up and go work out at like 4 o'clock in the morning, don't you?
Pretty much. Got to keep life interesting.
Good morning, Hila. Welcome.
Good morning.
We did it. We're all on the same time.
I know.
For those of you who are watching, you have no idea how many times we've practiced this, and it doesn't always work. We've got some notes for Instagram. You guys got some glitches going on, but we love you anyway, and we're grateful that it worked now.
Totally.
So, oh, look, someone whose name is Brooklyn is my brownstone joined. Perfect timing for Townhouse Tuesday, because Townhouse Tuesday is what it's all about today. Good morning, everyone. We're seeing a lot of our Triple Mint team joining and a lot of other people from around the world. So happy Townhouse Tuesday. Well, so again, today is the premiere episode of Townhouse Tuesday on the Morning Mint. So the Morning Mint is a daily real estate news show. It's about 12-ish minutes long. You know, sometimes we get to talking and we lose track of time. But the point is, we're talking about real estate. We're talking about market updates. We're talking about news that relates to real estate. And we're talking about different markets. Today happens to be townhouses, but we also do Westchester, Brooklyn, Queens, New Jersey. So stay tuned with us, 8 a.m. weekdays. Okay, so today the first thing we're talking about is the most recent news. And you may have seen, and hopefully you saw, that the Q1 GDP in the United States shows signs of a rapid recovery. We're up 6.4%, which brings us within 1% of our peak, our economic peak in 2019. Even Oxford economists could not have predicted this, okay? Not only that, but yesterday, New York Times reported that that we're going to be accelerating the reopening of New York City. It was supposed to be July 1st, but now we're starting to launch May 19th. That's 15 days. How many of us have been waiting for this for so long? So kick us off. Tell us about, good morning, Cassie. Tell us about what you're seeing in the market. And Wendy, how is this translating to the real estate market out there?
It is hopping. It's happening, especially in Brooklyn. People are out and buyers are out. They're ready to make a move. Lots of offers and many times above asking. Sorry, that's my dog.
Bumpy.
Very excited about the market.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I can vouch for that. You know, the energy in New York City is just on fire. Everybody seems so happy to be out and about, and just that the weather is beautiful and that New York City's back. Hila, what are you seeing?
Back and vaxxed.
Yeah.
I want to say, right? Totally feeling the winds of change. Things are happening. People are out. People are out in the restaurants. Yes. People are enjoying the parks, and I can attest about myself. I cannot wait to hear some live music. I can't wait to, go to big events and maybe clubbing a little bit.
Okay.
Super exciting. That really took me by surprise. The May 19 deadline for starting relaxation of guidelines. The market has definitely been warming up since the middle of November, increasingly week by week by week, and this is just going to bring us really into a hot market.
100%. You know, the Federal Reserve also announced that they're keeping the key interest rates near zero in support of the economic recovery. Daniel, what does that mean for buyers?
Well, the great thing is that the interest rates are going to continue to be low. So as far as the New York City housing market goes, what has really helped all of our pickup, and I know that we might be experiencing things that are different than the rest of the country in that people still have their jobs. They're still continuing their employment. They have great bonuses, and the interest rates are very low. So with all of that combining, they've been able to save up a lot of money if they were ever in the market in, say, 2018 or 2017, when the market was very, very hot. Right now, prices are low, interest rates are low, and their money is high. So it's a great time to buy.
You know, it's so funny you say that you have to be a New York City real estate agent working in townhouses like the three of you are to say prices are low, because we're looking at the median listed price in Manhattan of $10 million, which for many people, that's low. I don't know. For me, that's not so low. But in the Brooklyn, the single family market is median listed price is about 1.5 million. Good morning, McCartan Group. Happy to see you. But keep in mind, the contracts signed on townhouses is up so enormously. We're talking about 100, 200, 300, 400%, depending on the submarket, whether we're talking about multifamily, single family, year over year and month over month. We're talking month over month. How many townhouses sold in April compared to March? In some cases, it's as high as 40% higher. So what does this mean for your buyers out there? I know you're working with buyers who are looking for a townhouse. Wendy, what are they saying? What are they seeing?
Well, one of the reasons why townhouses are hot right now is a reaction to the pandemic. It
Right.
is a default to suburb. If for people who don't want to move out, they move to Brooklyn in a house and still can get the backyard and more space. It is not easy to work with a buyer right now to buy a townhouse. It's things are getting overbid, going to a bidding war right away. You have to outdo each other. It's a tough a tough market actually for buyers. You have to be aggressive, and you have to know what you want immediately.
Such a good point, because I think some people are thinking there's a COVID discount. they were waiting for the bottom. They were, holding on. Listen, sometimes you can time the market, you get lucky. It requires a lot of good luck in real estate. But, even though the market may seem hot right now and higher than some buyers were wanting to pay, that doesn't mean that in 5 years you're going to look back and be like, actually, I got a really good deal on that. Wendy, you could speak to that too. You bought your townhouse in Brooklyn 5 years ago. At the time, it seemed really high. What kind of growth have you seen since then? I'm sure a lot of us wish we'd bought 5 years ago in Brooklyn.
Yeah, no, it continues to grow. It's still, it is. I bought in Bed-Stuy, and there's still a lot of products here. Bed-Stuy is quite big, and further down into Brooklyn, there's still more products to be had. So you have to open your search up. If you got outpriced in one neighborhood, you have to go further east or further south.
Okay, that's good to know. Hila, what tips would you give to somebody who's because it's not for the faint of heart. What tips would you give to somebody who's about to step into, hey Neil, who's about to step into this?
Well, first of all, equip yourself with the best real estate agent, like us, right?
Yes, exactly.
That's totally my first tip.
Exactly.
Secondly, just like Wendy had said, come in aggressive, but also let's have fun with this. Yes. We're going to see some inventory. Sometimes we're going to win, sometimes we're going to lose, and it's going to be awesome. And that's just part of buying real estate in New York City. Yeah. I find that right now we need to bid at least 3 to 5 different bids to get one sale. And if you look at it that way, then you don't take every hit really, really personally and devastated. Yeah. Also wanted to give one more shout out is I know the prices are going high, but that doesn't mean that you can't buy in different segments of pricing. So don't discourage yourself up front. Talk to your real estate agent, and you can see that there are different price points further in different boroughs.
Yes, yes, absolutely. That's a good point. And I mean, I'm talking to you all the time. And so I hear from you what kinds of bidding wars you're seeing. One of our agents just bought in your neighborhood, Wendy, was selling a townhouse listed at 2.6, which for those of you who have lived in Bed-Stuy, like Wendy and I have for years, you know that 2.6 is a mind-blowing number for a townhouse, okay?
Yep.
Well, it went on the market for 2.6. On the day that it went on the market, there were 14 appointments made for that following Saturday. 10 of them showed up. There were 4 offers, and 2 of those offers were $200,000 above ask. Good morning. And Daniel, it's bananas. So that is what it's in contract at, $200,000 over ask, okay? Daniel, we've talked about what kinds of deals you've been working on and how you've been advocating for your buyers. And by the way, Hila, I cannot agree with you enough. Working with talented, experienced townhouse agents makes all the difference because it's a nuanced market. There are niche knowledge points that you need to have. So for those of you who are viewing and you want to get into the market or you have questions, the people that are on this call right now are your perfect target because they know what you're going to be coming up against and how to win. So Daniel, talk to us about how to win in this market because I know you're winning left and right.
Well, in this market, it's very important to understand because the brokers, the listing agents can price a property however they want. And they're not always good at what they do. And sometimes they're off. So I'm going to share a loss of mine, mainly because this house was it was listed at 2.3 million. Okay. And when we ran our numbers, that price did not make any sense. And you could justify it like the house a few doors down was recently sold at a similar price, but it depends on where the bathrooms are located. Where are the water lines? Because if there are enough bathrooms, and everything's in the right position, that changes things from just changing tile to moving water lines, relocating things. If you want to add in a bathroom or even a powder room on the parlor level, now that also will trigger a reassessment of your taxes. So it's a game changer. That this house happened to be situated in just the perfect way that when we ran the numbers, and we actually had to go back to 2019, 2018 to figure out where the real comps of this were. But it was listed at 2.3. We bid 2.9 all cash and still did not get it.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but this is just where we have to run our numbers. And this is for any property in the city. And figure out what's it asking, what's it actually worth based off of its unique attributes, and then what are you willing to pay for it based off of that.
Absolutely. Okay, good point. And we've got Jim McCartan from the McCartan Group in our New Jersey office shouting in the comments that knowledge is power. You don't know what you don't know until you're in it and you're like, my agent isn't doing what needs to be done. So again, I work with Wendy, Daniel, and Hila every day, and I know that they're badass. Excuse my French. Okay, so Wendy, thankfully you have a multifamily that helps subsidize your living expenses. Can you tell us how sweet that is and how much you would recommend that to others?
Yeah, multifamily is passive income. Is hard to resist. Once you sit down to do the numbers, you can see how it really helps. And usually I think for my buyers, their hesitation is, well, I don't know how to be a landlord, but it's really not that hard. Find an agent who can set you up. It's just about setting it up, and every month is the same. So it's and then you see the money come in at the beginning of the month.
I like that. I want to see that money come in at the beginning, in the middle, and the end of each month too. So, okay. So first of all, thank you so much. This has been a really fast 12 minutes actually, and we're beyond 12 minutes, but we're not done yet. So for those of you who are still with us, first of all, because today is May 4th, and may the 4th be with you, you should be going to the Queen's Drive-In tonight, which is airing Star Wars. And by the way, they have concession stands. They have like those Asian buns that are really delicious. So either, I don't know if any of you watching have a car. I don't know if you could take an Uber to a drive-in, but either way, it's a possibility. And also, what else is happening around the city? Daniel, hit us up. What do we need to know about what's happening around town?
A actual huge announcement is that 11 Madison Park is reopening, and that is one of the top restaurants in the world, and some will argue the top restaurant in the world, but they're going vegan. So that is a huge win for some and a huge loss for others. Either way, there are tiers, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to take you guys there, okay? So if you guys could just help make the reservation, we're in. Okay.
I got you
Hila.
covered then.
Okay, thanks, Daniel. Hila, what's happening?
Macy is holding their flower show this week.
That's a
they
great
started
way to
this
wrap
past
up.
weekend. It's going to go all the way until May 14. This is the perfect event for people who still want to be outdoors. Come smell the change, see the change. It's really fantastic.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. That sounds amazing. And by the way, I see Cassie on here. She's one of our favorite vegans. So I know she's excited about the new change that Daniel just announced. Hey, Julianne. Okay, yes, that's Jellybean barking in the background. She's excited about the New York City reopening. Wendy, what else is happening that we should all be part of?
Yes, this is exciting. Seeing art in person. It's about time.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
So there's going to be a shed at the Hudson Yard, and that's going to have 50 major galleries showing their art inside.
Yes.
Nice.
I know for those of you who've been missing the Freeze Art Show, you are excited about its return. This is a big art show in New York City, and it's happening at the shed.
It's happening.
It's happening. So I hope to see you there. Mask up, because, honey, this pandemic is not exactly over. You still want to be safe, but we definitely want to see you there. So we hope to see you there. We hope to see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. on the Morning Mint. Tomorrow we're talking to the kings and queens of kings and queens. And you know what that means? That means we're talking to our Brooklyn and Queens experts. So we hope you'll tune in and you'll learn about real estate and real estate news. Hit us up in the comments. We're so happy you all joined us. Daniel, Hila, Wendy, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful Townhouse Tuesday, and we'll see you soon.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Love you, Itsy. Bye.